Thank you, Chairman Sanders. I too want to thank the staff. They've worked nights, they've worked weekends. Whenever I call them, no matter what time I call them, they're taking the call. They're on it. If there's an emergency, if you will, kind of what is about this, they're all about it. So I just want to once more acknowledge staff. Today, the committee will consider legislation reauthorizing programs crucial to addressing our nation's opioid epidemic and improving education research. I appreciate the chair and the rest of the committee for their work in getting these reauthorizations through the committee. It is our responsibility, our collective responsibility, to properly evaluate and improve these programs so that they work properly for those who depend upon them and are an effective use of tax dollars. Congress can continue to extend funding for expired programs, but neglecting reauthorization prevents changes in policies. We also need to address programs to know whether or not they're working and meeting their full potential. One important piece of legislation we'll be examining is the SUPPORT Act. It expired at the end of September. This legislation responds to the opioid and fentanyl epidemic, focusing on prevention, treatment, and recovery for those with substance use disorder. It reauthorizes funding for residential treatment programs for pregnant and postpartum women, training for first responders, resources for individuals in recovery re-entering the workforce, programs to support children and youth mental health. The opioid and fentanyl epidemic is devastating communities and American families. Thousands of Americans dying each month from an overdose. That's why reauthorizing and improving the SUPPORT Act is so important. I'm glad we're doing this today. The committee is also considering the Advancing Research and Education Act, which would reauthorize the Education Sciences Reform Act, or ESRA. Sounds like a rock band from a few decades ago. ESRA expired in 2008. This legislation applies that what we've learned about education research over the past 20 years. It improves education research at the Institute of Education Sciences, and it enhances evidence use in the classroom and the dissemination of that to improve students' academic outcomes and to address concerns we've heard both from researchers and education leaders. I thank my colleagues for your collaboration. I look forward to today's markup.